Hello, everybody, and welcome to Contest to Speed for the AM2 Championship. We are here today in Miami for the Miami Grand Prix in the United States. I am Red Devil, and today I'm joined by Rob. How are you doing, Rob? Yeah, I'm doing good too. Thank you, by the way, for covering for everybody here tonight. Excited to have you in the booth. Have you been watching any of the AM action, AM2 here specifically? Yeah, for sure. Looks like it's dry weather, so yeah, hopefully fun qualifying. But before we get into that, let's look at some of the driver standings from last time around. After round, what was it, seven, I think. So we have Stubbly, who's at the top with 99 points. Electric Blade, who's absent today, is on 88. Orlando on 68 points. F7R on 58 with Mail in 54. Spunini in 45 with Fire Gap close behind in 38 and Matt in 37. Let's look at the constructors for a bit here. Oh, really? I don't think so. I'll just take a look at it in a second, sorry. Yeah, so I was just about to say we have Aston Martin at the top with 136, Red Bull with 94, along with McLaren and Mercedes, so three-way tie. Haas with 90 as AlphaTauri close with 89. So let's see here. Just gonna get back into the race for a bit and try to get Rob on. Excuse me, everybody. This is my first time streaming, so I am a little bit uh, new on here. So I'm gonna try and see if I can get you on, Rob. How about now? Could you? Unfortunately, no. Uh, Not sure here, to be honest. Let me check Discord. You should be on. We looked good before heading in the chat. Anybody user volume is up. That is unfortunate. Trying to see how I can get you on here. Um, Rob, do you mind joining the other Discord that we have? Maybe. I'm not sure. Because yeah, before we started the stream, I was able to hear you. Um, and not sure what's going on here, to be honest. Do you mind inviting B. Schultz in here? Maybe he can help out. I'm yeah, but before we do that, let me just take a look at the grid here, so as to not. So looks like we have one of the Alpha Tauris going in on their first lap. Is it JD? No, it's Pablo. Sorry, what? No, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't have that muted on. Not sure. As JD actually crosses the line with a 129.6. Um, See the telemetry on here. Mail goes P1 with a 128.0 as we try and get Rob back in. JD going, sorry, Pablo going into the DRS zone. With a 102. Not sure how well it is matching up with the others. He's about to go into the final sector here. Breaks a little bit early. Gets a nice apex out of that corner. Takes a good line. He's about to cross the line, and he sets a 128.6. That puts him up to P4. Let's see. Oh, unfortunate. So we see Deadstorm right here. Any other ideas, Rob? Deadstorm getting a tow from his teammate E. Warren. About to go in through the very tricky section of the stadium here in Sector 2. Getting a beautiful tow from E. Warren right here. Let's see what time Deadstorm is able to pull in. He's going through the final sector. I'm not sure if he's kind of blocked by his own teammate. Let's see what he can put up as he crosses the line with a 128.7. That puts him up to P8. See who else is. Matt Duo goes P1 with a 127.7. That's the fastest time we've seen in the AM side. Fiverr looks like he's about to cross the line. The Alpine driver he sets a 129.2. That takes him up to P11. See what Orlando is able to do here. He's going through the first sector. He set a 29 in the first, going through the DRS, coming up to the very tricky section here in the stadium in Sector 2. Very important to get a good exit out of here, especially through those nasty curbs here in the middle sector. Very easy to invalidate. He completely avoids them as he's about to go in, and he's at a 101.9. That was pretty close to what Pablo set earlier. He's about to go through the DRS zone. He's going into the final corner. Gets a little bit of the curb there, but it's still a very good line to take. Coming through to the final sector and gets provisional pole with a 127.3. Not sure who else is on a lap here. I think everybody is coming in. So whilst that's happening, I'm gonna try and get our co-commentator Rob in here just for just quickly. This should work, hopefully. Rob, can you?
Let's see.
Yes. I think we got you. Chat.
Oh, there we go.
Right.
There we go.
Thank God that worked.
Finally, I'm back.
Sorry about that, everybody. First time streaming, like I said. Yeah. So we're seeing F7R here, going in the Mercedes. Game says a purple safety
Yeah, that's
one,
right.
but you never
Yeah.
know, right?
Yeah, it's always been a bit glitchy around EA, not getting the game right.
Yeah.
But let's see if you can actually put a good lap, because look at the grid here. It's a massive difference between all the drivers.
Yeah, Orlando did a sensational lap to start with. He occasionally reserves in AM1, and last week he got after penalties he got a P2 finish in AM1. So he must be in a lot of confidence at the moment, especially after a result like that. Uh, as we see F7R coming through into the final corner. He did a 103, so I'm expecting somewhere around a 129 probably.
Let's hope it kind of works. I
Oh,
am
Matt
a bit too
Duo.
loud.
He gets P7 F7R, but Matt Duo is handed a 5 place grid penalty. That is unfortunate. Not sure what happened there for the Aston Martin driver. Let's see who else is on a hot lap. Male, I think. Do you see anyone else? I think he's probably the next to cross the line.
Can you turn me down a bit? It seems like to be sure I'm a bit too loud. I try to turn down my mic. Did not work at all.
Yeah, it should be fine now. Thank you. All right. Male, he was a tenth and a bit up through the second sector. Let's see what he is able to put down. A 127.9 keeps him in P3, I think. Not sure if he moved any positions, but that's a good lap from Male. See who else is we
Oh,
see a
Death Storm's disqualified from his.
oh,
Oh yeah.
not sure where. I think it
I think
was
it's sector one. You see that yellow sector.
oh, yeah. That is unfortunate for the Williams driver. He's going to be starting last as Fragilely left the session. Do you have Fragilely added?
Don't think so.
Ah, this is the
Yeah,
unfortunate
we
part.
don't. They don't add me. Let me check.
I've sent him an invite as we
Uh,
see Stubbly going through a very tricky section. I'm not sure where you DNF'd, but how was it driving through
Tricky.
that part of the track? I'm sure it was very tricky.
Yeah, I had wing damage, and it
Uh,
oh, it was awful. And I turned in a bit too early because I know through the chicane it's awful. You want to keep it nice and clean. You could rather get track limits, wing damage through that, and you have to keep a clean line if you want to keep it nice and calm.
Yeah, so many things can go wrong in that part of the track. As we see Stubbly not improving, Pablo as well. See Zenki here, reserving from AM3. He's blinking as well. Not
And
sure who
somehow
else.
you've got the mouse cursor on the
Yeah,
screen there. Don't know how you did that.
well, I'm learning. Let's see here. Nobody else
I
seems to
think
be.
Chagati is
Oh
about
yeah,
to do his lap now. Yeah, going for the hairpin now. You want to keep it nice and clean. Don't want to go too wide. Hits it nice there on the exit. He hits it nice as well. Don't lose his race. Can he improve his lap time? Jump up some positions. Yes, he can. Up to P11 he goes. Now we've got Pablo on his lap, I'm pretty sure. Or he's in his in lap.
I
But
think.
still, on the long straight.
Yeah, he's
Onto
blinking, so he's probably on an in lap at the moment. Yeah.
yeah, he's in the lap.
Yeah, not sure anybody. Yeah, I think everyone is probably on an in lap at the moment. Zenki, yeah, he looks to be on his in lap. Let's look at Chewy here. He's also on an in lap, so yeah, not much action as we are heading into the final stages of qualifying. 5 minutes left. If you haven't made a
Already?
prediction yet, go ahead and lock in your predictions before the race. How many constructors to win in the top five? How many different constructors? Three, four, or
Orlando
five?
retires.
Oh, that's a lot of confidence from him.
Yeah, it is a massive gap between Matt Duro. 5 tenths.
Yeah, but the track does tend to evolve as you go, so I think he's pretty confident from the looks of it that he's going to be in the top two, top three, maybe. I don't know. Or he just used his two tires and didn't want to, improve, maybe. As we see Eve Warren, he's 7 tenths up on his time.
I'd not
That
say he would jump up a few positions. Maybe to P9 if he improves faster.
Yeah, if he has a good second sector, that's where all the time is, That can make or break your lap. So we see
And
him
let's see
go.
if you how clean he go through sector here, sector 2 here. This bit's awful. I'm gonna keep it nice and clean though. And he does. Good exit. Can he get a good exit out of this run? On the long straight now? Oh, 8 tenths currently.
Yeah,
So
it's
he's currently on a good lap here, Red Devil.
yeah, he might get into the top 10 here, E. Warren, and that would be an incredible starting position for the Williams driver. He's not had the best of qualifying, so he would be very happy with the top 10 as he's about to cross the line here. Let's see if he's made any improvements. No, he's lost a little bit of time, but gets him up to P9 with a 128.5.
It's like I think JD is about to finish his lap. No, he's about to do his lap. Would he improve though from being last on the grid? And he improves up to P4. What a massive jump from him.
Yeah, that was an excellent lap. He was about 1.4 seconds up in the middle sector alone. So yeah, great stuff from him to get into the top four here.
Oh,
Matt,
if he can jump to Male Carton is the next one to do his flying lap. As Matt Joy is still on his out lap. But can he keep it clean? He needs to improve. He wants to get up to pole here.
can he challenge Orlando? That's the question.
Mm.
And from the looks of it, he probably can.
Yeah, he's got a massive speed there down the straight. Not using the tow from the Aston because it seems like they don't like it. But onto the last corner now he goes. So nice and clean. He's and he cannot. It's
Ooh.
close to pole position.
That's 800s off from Orlando. So, yeah, looks like all the drivers are coming out of the pits here. I think it's probably Matt who's going to start his lap. So let's take
Yeah,
a tour of the Miami circuit with the Aston driver. He's going through the first sector. Very easy to lose the car here on these tricky sections. Uh, he's coming up to the very fast left, right, and left. I'm sorry, I don't know the corner numbers, but very tricky to get a good, and also important to get a good exit out of here to get a good speed in going into the DRS zone. He's about even on his time, so if he wants to challenge for pole, remember he has a 5 place grid penalty too. So if he should be looking to maximize his track position, and he can do that by getting pole. He's going through the middle sector here. Let's see if he can get a good run out of this stadium section. Very important
there's a bit of
to,
traffic.
yeah. Hope they're moving out of the way, so that's a good thing for Matt here. But
He's up
he's
on his
down.
delta.
Yeah,
He's up on. It's not. Don't think he can improve though.
yeah. Probably. I think Stubley, his a teammate was on there. Maybe he could have used his slipstream or something. They could have worked together, but unfortunately, that's not the case. He needs to do a lot to improve here as he's about to cross the line. No, he
No,
goes into the pits. So that's
yeah, it
end
seems
of
like it wasn't
quali.
going to improve.
So who's the next driver in here? We got a Mercedes of F7RJs, probably the first one, and he's 2 tenths down in the first sector. He's
Alright,
about.
Gabriel, I'll send you an invite.
Sorry, anybody?
I'm sending Fire Gab to an invite.
Fire Gap needs an invite. Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to send one. I think it's this one. Oh, it's.
Oh, you got
Is
him.
it?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, just. Is it? No, I'm guessing that one. I hope
As
it was.
F7RJ is about to cross the line, he improves by only 8 thousandths. He only goes to P10. Let's see here. The Red Bull driver of SR Frame is about to cross the line. 128.0. He goes into P4. Where's the other Red Bull of Zenki is about to cross the line? He's at 3 tenths up through the middle sector. Let's see what he can do. 27.7. He betters his time from yesterday, but it's only enough for P4. As Spanini is probably next to cross the line. No, he goes into the pits. Well, I think probably Pablo is the next driver to come across. And he going into the pits as well? Yes, he's going into the pits too. Who's up next? It's probably Stubley. the championship leader, can he grab pole? No, it's only a 28.3 for the Aston driver, and Kane doesn't improve as well. He stays P13. And Chewy here, probably the last, he's down on his time. So that is the end of qualifying. Orlando setting pole position 5 minutes before quali finished, and he retired, and he's gotten pole position today in Miami. Pretty close at the top, between the top two, and then from P5 to about P13 there, I would say, right, Rob? But
Yeah,
the top three, there's a lot of gap between the top three or four drivers, though.
this is going to be the quickest on the tracks. You forgot about race pace around here as well. If you've got good race pace, you can make up a lot of positions.
Yeah, I mean, some people are just not, great at qualifying, but their race pace is really good. So it'll be interesting to see what some of these drivers can do here. As we go through the qualifying results. Orlando setting the fastest time of the session with a 127.3, closely followed by the Haas of Mail. Matt Duo in P3, but he's going to start P8, I think, with the five place grid penalty. That moves Zenki into the top three and SR Frame into the second row as well, both from AM3. So great job from them. JD is sixth, Stubley, championship leader in P7. Pablo from AM3 is P8, Spanini in P9, Fiverr in P10. F7RJs in P11 with E. Warren in P12, Kane in 13th with Chaggerty in 14. Fragile is P15 with Chewy in 16. Deathstorm, who had an unfortunate quality where I think he disqualified in Sector 1, will be starting in P17 at the back of the grid.
Oh, well, let's see if this race start can be nice and clean. But normally you would like to do hards to mediums or mediums to hards. But I've heard hards around here ain't the best. Apparently it's a bit off. You don't get much
Yeah.
grip.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one for sure. Like softs maybe won't last, but hards will probably not give you the ultimate grip. Will be interesting to see if anybody decides to actually go on the softs or something like that at the start and make up positions, especially someone like Matt who got that five-place grid penalty. But I'm thinking people might jump, like put on the hards and then if there's an early safety car, they might do mediums, because they actually feel really good on this track.
Well, let's see what would happen around here. Because I haven't tested the mediums around here yet at all. Since I crashed out early from getting
Yes.
wing damage twice in a row.
Yeah.
Which was quite
That was
annoying.
unfortunate. I saw that, but I think we're about to go here. So it's three, four, five. Lights out and away we go. It's a good start from Mail here.
Now,
He
gets
is
ahead.
The two Red Bulls here are close as well. Looking at the back, everybody's going single file, so everybody's gone off really quick here. Spanini and Pablo, or Fiverr, I should say, are fighting for P9. He's able to keep that position. Looking at the top here, looks like Mail has gotten a fantastic start.
With frame right behind Orlando here. On the straight, he's got the low wings here to catch up onto the straight. But Spun is overtaking Pablo on the straight here. And he's kept it. This one's moving up positions here on J after starting at the back. There's a grid changes. So he's up to P4 now. Going to going to the chicane. Don't crash out anyone. It's a bit tight through here. Or a bit of contact at the back.
Yeah, looks like everybody made it through. Okay, great start though from Mail. He's already pulled out eight tenths to Orlando as F7RJs has left the session. Do you know if you have him, Rob?
No, he hasn't added me.
Unfortunate. Let me, yep, send him an invite if you could please let him know in the chat. As Matt Duo is making up positions here. Uh, he's I think he started P8. He's moved up to P6. A fantastic start as Spunini is looking to make a move on Zenki here. And Spunini, starting on the softs, is making his moves early in the race. Let's see what tires everybody is on, just to give you an idea of what people are doing. The top six on the mediums, with Spanini on the softs, Zenki on the only one on the hards in the top 10. Most of the field on the mediums except Chewy and Spanini, who
Right
are on
now,
the
Tom.
softs.
I think my mic's working better now.
That's awesome. It's good to hear. As Orlando and Mail have pulled a gap on the top five, and they're about 1.4 seconds ahead. See what else is happening on the here in the grid. Chewy makes a move on Fraggly, uh, gets him up to P11. He's on the softs as well, so he'll be looking to make his moves. So everybody looks like they're going single file here. Stubbly might be making a move here on his on SR frame, gets the move done before the start of before DRS is enabled and moves himself up into P3.
Right now, Tom, is it better now? Did unplug it and plug it again twice.
Uh, is it too loud?
No, I've only heard some weird noise.
Oh, that's weird. I don't hear anything.
It never has an issue. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's clear on
Maybe it's
my
not
end
from your
too.
side.
Oh, not sure. Well,
Anyway, the top two have dropped Stubbly. Straight crackety, apparently.
yeah, Chewy is also making those moves on the softs here. He's gone into the top 10. I don't know if do you think it might rain here? It looks very
Could
overcast at the
be.
moment.
Looks like it could rain, but I think it would rain that. No, no, rain!
Yeah, I think I see raindrops here. So, oh, we might have rain coming in soon, ladies and gentlemen. And that is why probably guys like Spanini and Chewy have started on the softs. Let's
Yeah, Tom,
see.
I don't know what's
Oh,
happening
we
to
have
Red
a
Devil saying it's
yellow.
fine. For Kane.
Oh, unfortunate for. Oh, he's in the wall. Yeah, he's able to get back. Let's see if Orlando can make a move on Mail here going into the DRS. Looks like he opts to stay behind.
It's a bit, there's a thing that's literally out. Because you can find for people who literally can't.
Do they want me to increase your volume?
No, it's about to be a crackle. And then, you it's fine, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing it might be coming from your part.
I am not sure, to be honest with you. I don't even know where to look at that setting. I think good old Streamlabs.
There's an echo. Oh, there's an echo now.
Wow.
These
Okay.
guys are enjoying the race.
Yeah. Matt making moves here on his teammate. He's moved up into P3 after getting that 5th place grid penalty. He's back up into the podium positions. It's a good move for him. As I see, it'll be
What?
interesting to see when these drivers decide to
Yeah.
pit, though. When the conditions change. Let me
I
remove.
think it's you would pit when Medeiros has been disabled.
Yeah.
I think that's the timing, really.
As I think we have like 3 separate groups here. The top two are pulling away, and then there's this chain of
Now
drivers
fine,
behind
Tom?
Matt Duo, and then you got this whole other chain behind Fiverr, from P8 downward.
Yeah. Is it good? I think it's good now.
Well, I don't know what to say. It's a weird glitch, I guess. Not sure. I didn't make any changes to the
Oh,
settings.
it's perfect now. A bit weird. I swear to God, it's always the AM side. We have like, I don't know what's happening on the AM side. It's always echoey or crackly.
Well, as long as people are watching the race, that's what we want. So let's see here if we can get any moves. Zenki, starting on the hards, has really suffered, and he's dropped back down into P10 after I think he started in the podium playing positions in P3. Hards must not feel good right now, especially in these
Yeah.
wet conditions.
Also, people can see your mouse cursor bottom left as well. Is your mouse cursor alright? We keep on seeing it everywhere on the screen.
Uh, well,
Lots of loads of people have defo burned their ERS around here, and loads of people are losing grip into that second ERS straight. So
well,
maybe it is time to pit, because it
yeah,
seems like people are losing grip.
looks
And it
like.
looks like Deathstorm's out of the race.
Oh, not sure what happened. I think it's going into
Oh, he's
that.
hit the chicane. It's done to me. It's done to me.
Oh, oh, that is unlucky. Unlucky qualifying, unlucky in the race as
Right.
well for Deathstorm. Will be interesting to see what the top guys decide. Will
I
they go in
think
for intermediates?
pit enters. I
Orlando
think
jumps
you
in.
would. Mal's not going in.
SR frame. Any
So it looks like Deathstorm's crashed into a chicane and it's caused a virtual safety car.
some drivers have decided to box. Let's see what tires they choose to put on. Oh,
Orlando.
yeah, they've put on the intermediates. Uh, oh, SR
Frame's gone
frame
on medium.
and DRS is enabled. Oh, yeah, I mean, it was disabled because of the
Eh,
VSE. Sorry about that.
virtual.
Yeah,
Alright. Well, looks like a bit of
yeah,
a mixed grid here with Inters and the ties.
yeah. Looks
I
like everybody
think.
else coming out on the. Oh, we got Chaggerty on the hards. Let's see what Zenki. Zenki is on the intermediate. So I'm thinking if they did a little bit of a boo-boo there on their pit stop, and chose to put on uh, mediums or
We
hards.
show the ties to the people
Yeah, sure.
as well. Yeah, I'm watching some few drivers here. And when they're braking to the corners, it seems like they're losing the car and the exits. But I don't think so. It's too late for it. No, too early for inters. I think it's too early. Not too
Yeah.
early, but a bit early.
Yeah, we saw F7R in the
Hmm.
hards there. He locked up pretty bad, and he's left the
Oh,
session
it's
as well
very gone
again.
again.
Unfortunate. Let me get him in. Send him an invite. But Mail is actually still well ahead of 1 second, but Matt is pulling him in little by little, I think, as we
Yeah, I
see.
think you want to be careful because the rain started to come in. You want to be careful on those corners and the exits so you don't lose too much time. But I think that's what's happening here as Mel when he spins it in the fast right, left, and right. Or is it the other way around? Probably the other way around. But he's losing it quickly on those mediums.
Yeah, I think softs are probably the best tire at this time. You don't need a lot of temperature in them to keep it in the temperature in the window. So probably those are the tires to be on at the moment. Definitely not the hards. You'll struggle to keep them in a good operating window. As we
As
see,
a MVD choice making the move on Fiverr with that DRS. So he's definitely got that position, and it seems like they're still struggling on grip, sliding a bit, but he is on the softs. So it could be more quicker, but let's see how old 6 laps. I don't think they're gonna help on now into this long straight. Will Fiverr get his position back? I don't think he will. It's a bit too far back, but JDV8 making the move now on Spunny. On the hairpin, he goes a bit too wide. Would he get switched back? No, he won't. It won't be fast enough.
yeah, it looked like both drivers were struggling to get out of the corner, getting good traction out of there. So, yeah, not a lot of battles going on throughout the field, though. It's between these two and probably Matt and Stubley at the moment. And
Oh, Orlando's pitting when he's on the inters.
must be some kind of damage for him. No,
No,
he's going back onto the
something
mediums.
mediums.
Oh, that is interesting. Maybe rain is not going to be
Clearing
that
up.
hard.
Yeah. I think it's clearing up.
Yeah. As Matt has caught back up to Mail here, and the top three are now separated by a second. He was briefly flashing though, was Matt, but with him being in the DRS now, he'll probably gain his ERS back pretty quickly before making the move. As we see the Haas
Mm.
getting loose out of that corner.
Yeah, so with Matt Dewar and Mel Carton, we've got no ERS left, but Stubley behind him has got 80%. So he's definitely going to use that battery to try to overtake both of them. But if I was for Matt, maybe let him buy. Well, if he's in comms together, definitely let him buy because he's got more ERS and try to overtake Mel.
As JD and Spanini are going at it again, JD makes a move on him to get P4 back. Maybe those softs are starting to struggle as well. 9 laps on them. With the rain also not as heavy as expected. Probably they're
Yeah,
going to uh, die soon. I think the wear on those tires is going to be very high, and he's out. Spunini is now out of the DRS as well from JD, unfortunately.
talking about ties, you know how Orlando pitted for Inters? He just took over Pablo, which Pablo was on the Inters, and now Orlando's on the mediums, and he's already dropped 6 tenths on him already.
Wow.
So it looks like the dry ties are still the quickest around here.
Yeah, it looks like Zenki is coming back in for a set of softs? Yeah, it looks like a set of softs here. Uh, F7RJ's coming back out with a set of intermediates. I'm not sure if he was able to join back into the session. If you can please look at the chat to see if there's anything going on there. But
Yeah, I did see him join.
oh, okay.
His car's not ghosted, so he's not in a AI mode.
Great.
So
As
if he would have left,
we
he would have been.
see Matt making the move for P1, he looks like he has some really good race pace. He had that file place grid penalty and started P8 and is now into P1. He's having a really good session so far.
Let's see how he would do on the leader now, since Mel was kind of sliding a bit. But we've got Spunny and MVD pissing on those old softs.
And looks like they're gonna go on the mediums too. So it's not like they're going to put on any intermediate tires at the moment. So let's go back to the battle for the
Ooh,
lead here.
Matt, Matt Jones lost his position now. Mel Carton has grabbed the position back on that left-hander. But Matt Jones might get that position back with that DRS. Yes, he will. On this straight, he clears him, and he makes that move done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Yeah, probably not the smartest idea from the Haas to get the position just before going into the DRS zone. There should have waited for
Yeah,
the DRS to be able to make that move. Yeah, but looks like this is.
always
Oh, did he hit the wall
hits
there?
a wall bit. Yeah, but I don't think there's any bad damage.
Yeah, it looks like his end plate is still on. So will be interesting to see what Stubley does too, because he's leading the championship. He has the most ERS. I think he'll let the top two fight and then take this race long. He's not leading the championship for a reason. He's played it smart throughout. So I'm thinking he's waiting for his time and letting the top two fight it out at the moment.
Yeah, but as the two Aston Martins are right next to each other, they can't both hit at the same time. So we've got to wait. And if the rain comes in heavily, it's not going to be important. But it looks like Stubbly's kind of messing up there behind the top two. But he have DRS for the next DRS straight. So it won't be the best for him. But it looks like there is no more battles going on except from 11 and P12.
Think P yeah I think
Well,
he's gonna take back the
Graham's
lead
in
maybe.
the Yeah.
Now,
But it
yeah.
looks like no,
Sorry, who?
no, he's making this end. Now I'm going to right
Right.
hander. I cannot say it. Further chicane, all bit of track limits there. Looks like Jay's in. Pretty sure was on the Inters. Seems like the Inters ain't working around here. As some people are still on the Inters. Frames overtaking E. Warren for P6. But onto the long straight now. Will Mel be able to overtake Matt Giro? Yes, he will. Will it? It'll be close. As Matt Giro's got the inside of Mel. Oh no, he loses the position. He's got a better exit. Looks like Mel's got a better exit. Now into the next straight. Looks like his Matt Giro's dropped a bit, but Stubbly's back into the DRS, and Zenke's up to P13, overtaking Fragley.
Well, all that battling between the top two is just bringing Stubbly back, so he's just keeping it safe at the moment. Uh,
Yeah, he is just waiting it out.
yeah, let's see if Warren can make any moves on SR frame. No, he holds station in P7. Uh, let's see what Orlando
Yeah.
can do against his teammate here. Is there any team orders in place? Orlando is third in the championship, so
Hmm.
not sure if they're in a voice chat together.
Not, not the best strategy from him, but Fragley on the Inters is now 15th, being overtaken by the people on dry tyres. He's the last one to be on those tyres. So
Yeah,
it looks like the Inter plan did not work.
yeah, I think it's still, even though we do see some drops of rain here, it still looks like dry weather conditions at the moment. As we see, I don't think Matt is close enough to make a move here, but we'll be
No, he
interested to
would not.
see if Stubley uses all of that ERS he has saved to get past his teammate. No, I think he's happy for now. It's just staying behind,
Yeah, he's
keeping the
waiting out.
position.
Well, it
Jade,
looks like Orlando's close to his teammate.
I don't like this camera angle, to be honest. I don't know why they're showing me this. Okay, this is a better one. Hopefully, I'm not sure if Orlando is on the freshest tires or Chewy is, but
I'll check. So, looks like Orlando's on the older tyres, 2 laps on the. No, 4 laps on the mediums, and Jory is on 2 laps, if I said that name right.
yeah, I think they should probably work together, use that DRS, pass each other, and catch drivers up ahead. Because Orlando, remember, did do 2 stops. He did go on the inters, but then immediately switched to a dry tire. So hopefully, they work together to catch back up into the field. I don't think they'll be able to
Whilst we,
take these tires to the end, though.
no.
Yeah.
But whilst we were talking about that action, Matt Joe wasn't in that DRS for that DRS straight, but he's now caught up on that straight without having DRS, surprisingly. Onto the next straight, he'll get DRS from Mail. It seems like he won't do anything since like he's 7/10 behind Mail. A bit too far back to grab P1 again.
Will be interesting to see when these Astons decide to pit, though, because they're probably close to the pit window for the hards, from the mediums to the hards. Oh, we have
Oh,
yellows. Is that fragile?
Ragley.
Oh, he's gotten a little
Yes,
bit
into
loose there. I
sector
think
one.
those inters are just heating up a lot, and
Awful.
these oh, as Mail
Mel
gets a
Cop.
5-second penalty. Ah, that is unfortunate for Haas. Ah,
Well, at least he gets the undercut, but I don't think it'll be that big if they pick this lap.
yeah.
The Aston Martin. So right now, it won't be the best as we did see this in EU2. We saw Borja getting a 5 second time penalty for speeding the pit lane and being in the mid pack P4 and kind of drop behind. So you definitely don't want to get a penalty around here.
As
Looks
they're
like Fragley's spinning again.
Yeah, those tires must be cooked right now. Inter's on a dry
He's got a
condition.
puncher.
They must be well over the
He's got a
operating
puncher.
window.
Yeah, Fragley's got a puncher on his right front.
Oh
So
no,
it looks
yeah.
like, it looks like he's about to be lapped by Matt Juro and his teammate. Looks like they're in the best position right now. They don't want to mess up, they're
Yeah,
keeping it clean, staying behind each other, walking together, pushing it up, and look at that position we're in, P1 and P2. Will that carry on? But at the back here, we've got Frame overtaking Fiver, a bit of a battling here of P4 to P7. But right now, Mel Carlson is in the worst position right now because on this straight, he will be overtaken by these up, but it
I
seems
think
like they're a
he
bit far
lost.
behind.
I think they don't have DRS though. The cars behind will also be interesting to see. Oh, I think it's Fraggly just crawling back into the
Yeah,
pits. I don't know if is this gonna cause a safety car or not because
I don't think so.
yeah, he's able to crawl into the pits for his sake. As Matt comes into the pits, so does JD, who is running P4. Let's see where
Mel gets
that
the
brings him.
undercut. Mel gets the undercut on the Aston there, and by a ton of by enough, I think. So that penalty, yeah.
This is good for
Look at
Mail
that.
here because Matt might be held up by the drivers ahead, and that will allow him to pull a gap maybe. Hopefully, I don't know if he can pull 5 seconds, but he can pull a gap for sure. I think if oh look, did the McLarens come together here? Oh, looks like Orlando is spinning. What happened? He's coming out of at the end of sector one. Looks like he lost the car. Not sure if the teammates, the McLaren boys, came together. It wouldn't be the first time this season, and he's lost about 7 seconds to his teammate, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I think he goes into the pits now after being on the soft, so it looks like the job didn't do well. It's onto the mediums. But if you look up to P3 and P4 and 5, they've all got DRS, but it looks like Spunny's dropped him out of DRS, but it looks like Frame still got that DRS, but Matt Duro's making that move.
As
Almost new tyres.
as Fraggly has left the session, let me just invite him back. Sorry, apologies to the chat. As Matt is definitely making the moves. He's up to P3 now with
And
the
Subby has gone to the pits, by the way, and been jumped by his teammate and Mel.
yeah, undercut is really powerful here, but so is having the freshest tires at the end. So it will be interesting to see how the race plays out as we head into the second part of the Miami Grand Prix. Mail is up by almost 4 seconds now to Matt, so he'll be looking to get this move done against Benini going into this corner right here. He does have the freshest tires, so he might be able to brake later as well. And this is where the traction really comes into play in this section of the track. And having a fresher tire will be really good for him to pull a gap on Spanini so that he doesn't get him back on this DRS straight. Fragley has joined the session.
So if you go back to Stubby, he's currently on the hards and about to overtake Frame, which Matt Jones did overtake him before on the last lap, if I'm right, and he makes a clean overtake.
Stubley looking to get back into the podium positions.
Soon. But it looks like Spunny's still in that DRS from Matt Giro, but he hasn't pitted yet after being on 7 laps on the medium, so we're
Yeah,
definitely going to last a while.
as SR Frame goes into the pits for a new set of the hards. I would have probably gone for the mediums unless he used both those sets, but Matt has been able to bring the gap down from about 4 seconds to 3 now, as Bonini has lost DRS and is blinking, so he'll be vulnerable to when Stubley gets to him.
Yeah, it's got to be patient now and hope he can catch up.
As we
If I'm pretty sure Spunny would defo pit. If I'm right, he could go mediums or softs if he's careful enough.
got to account for the fact that there might be a safety car too. As E Warren, is that Fiverr ahead of him?
Yeah,
Yes,
it is
he's
Fiverr
on the
on
intermediate
the
tires
Inter.
though, so not sure if that's the right play here. There's still DRS open. DRS is still enabled. Looks like that Alpine has some good straight line speed going into the stadium section. This is where you'll get to see if which tire is better. Looks like hards are definitely the way to go.
Yeah, look at that exit. But actually, the lights are starting to flash on the cars, and it's not the ARS problem. It's starting to rain more heavily. It seems like it for the
Yeah, looking at the
lights.
graphics,
Right.
for sure, it looks like it's raining a little bit more. So, not sure if it's a $1 million play here by Fiverr to pit early on those intermediates and go till the end. We shall find out in about 10 to 12 laps time, as Matt is now pulled up. I think he closed in about half a second there and is now 2.5 seconds behind Mail, who remember has a 5-second penalty. So if the results stand, he's going to finish only P3. Stubley, on the other hand, is not catching up to Spanini as much as I thought he would. Not sure if the hards are really working, especially with the I
The
think rain.
rain.
Yeah,
Yeah, so what you mean. It is getting heavier. You can kind of start seeing the puddles on the track now. You can see the drier line comparing to the line they don't really take. If you see on the track very carefully, you can notice Red Devil.
yeah. I think evidence of that is when I think JD came to the braking zone there. He had a really good bad moment out of the exit, so not sure if the dry tires are the way to go, but DRS is still enabled, so I'm not sure. I think we need to ask this question to the drivers at the end. They're probably gonna have the better answer for us. But looks like Stubley is going to make a move on Spanini here, up back into the podium playing positions. Spanini looks like he's struggling a bit.
Uh,
Yeah, I think he lost about
MBD
two.
Toy is going to the pits now. Let's see what tires he goes on to.
Looks like the intermediates. I see green stripes. Yes, it is the intermediate tire. So he's the first one to make that gamble, apart from Fiverr, I think, who is already on the mediums. But you gotta account for the fact that Warren, who was battling him 2 laps ago, has now been able to pull like about 5 seconds to Fiverr as well. So I'm not sure if it's still the right play, but we'll find out. We'll see what his pace is like. As we see,
Oh, yellow flag for Zenki.
oh,
I think so.
looks to be alright, so I'm not sure.
Hmm. Well,
As
let's go back to this racing then.
as Orlando is also looking, I think he's closing in on Fiverr as well, uh, who's on the intermediates, and
Yeah, they're
Orlando on
quite
the,
even.
yeah, and DRS is still enabled, so
Hmm. Well, I agree with Tom Carter. I think the Inters are a bit slower than the Slicks. I think the Slicks are a bit quicker, I think,
mhm.
by a tiny bit. But I don't. It's really hard to tell if it's getting heavier or lighter. But
Yeah,
looking at the times, it looks like Matt Joy is 4 seconds slower than his first time, which he made in a complete dry.
it would be interesting to see how if Orlando is able to catch Chewy or not. Remember, he is the first one to at least from the top five, top six to go on to the intermediates. So will be interesting to see what lap times he's doing.
Like, they did pick this lap. Let's see what he does for the next lap.
Not really
Because
a
if
lot
you
of
look at
battles going on in the field at the moment, though.
Well, Matt Joy is nearly at DRS now. He's used all his ERS to catch up to Mel Carton. It looks like if he can keep it clean for this hard sector, he can get to that DRS and Mel can start catching up to him and dragging him in closely and closely. As Stubby is still within that, no, nearly to about 5 seconds of Mel. so he could grab at P2.
Yeah, he's struggling at the moment, Stubbly. I thought he would be able to close the gap, but yeah, he's not been able to maybe get the tires up to the right temperature, maybe? That's why he's not gaining as much as his teammate is, who's now pulled into the lead going into the final turn. Let's see if Mail is able to catch back up to him, but looks like Matt is just getting so much better traction out of those corners than any other driver at the moment, especially with these drivers on still on the dry tires.
Yes. Well, I've looked at Mel Carton, so he was 8 seconds slower in his original lap. If you go to Choi, which is about to finish his lap on those new winters, you can see how much time the time difference there is.
Well, the gap going into the corner from his teammate was about 2.9 seconds, but Orlando is actually closing
5 seconds
in
slower.
on his teammate, so I'm not sure.
But it was 5 seconds slower on his original lap time, but Mel was 8 seconds, maybe because of the tires.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Orlando is on the hearts. Mail is on the hearts as well. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's just maybe to do with the setup or something like that. As Fiverr dives into the pits as well as Fragley.
Into the softs.
So both the Alpines in the
Frankly,
pits.
on full wets. What's Frankly on the full wets? It's not raining, mate, properly yet.
I don't see no puddles on track to put on full wets. These people are still going on the dries with DRS enabled, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's just raining for us, mate, at this point. Well, I mean, the lap times are definitely not reflecting. So yeah, I think it's raining pretty hard for them too. But yeah, with the DRS still enabled, I think it's a pretty good indication as to what tire you should be on. As Orlando is closing in on his teammate, like I said, maybe it's not the best tire. As Bonini gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, it was up the top now, but I think the mediums have slowly died off now. But he's gone to the inters.
Oh, that is an interesting call by the Alpha. We'll see because Chewy it seems to be struggling, but maybe
I think I see
the tires
puddles.
will come into play. Sorry?
I think I do see puddles on the track. So when Tom Codd said it's a bit of a gamble, but I'm sorry to start seeing more puddles on the track now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it definitely looks like interweather to me, but as we see
Or
for the
yeah.
top though, Male has been able to, sorry, Matt has been able to pull a gap of over 1 second to Male, so he's out of the DRS zone.
And somebody would be up to P2, but Orlando has caught up
Oh,
to his teammate, which is on the inters.
Zenki, I think, has had a moment here. He was on. There was sector two yellows. Apologies. Just wanted to see what was going on there.
Yeah, his end plate's going on the right hand side.
Ah, that is unfortunate for him. As Orlando has been able to pass his teammate Chewy on those who is on those intermediates. So I don't know.
So he can drop him. Looks like he's dropping him for that corner as well. Lost about a whole second on him. So it looks like his enters ain't fast enough yet. But Stubby is slowly grabbing in mail. It's very slowly, if you can tell.
Will be interesting to see what Spunini does though. Like he is 1.7 behind SR Frame, who is on the hards, and he's ahead of Warren by about 5 seconds. So we can look at that gap to see what a true pace of the intermediates are at the moment. It might be a case where Chewy just pit in way too early, and its intermediate tires is just already so cooked. As we see,
Well,
I think the closest battle here is between Pablo and Zenki. I Yeah, I think Pablo is coming in as well.
yeah,
Looks
he
like
is.
he's
Let's see
going
what
to
he goes
put on
on
the
to
inters.
now.
Yeah. Well, if it does change to intermediate conditions, with five or
It's a
so
bit too
laps to
late.
go, do you pit? What would you do? Do you take the gamble of pitting with 3 or 4 laps to go?
I don't think so, as we did see this in EU2 in Singapore. We had about 5 laps to go or something like that, and rain started to come down heavily. And I think it was not Tom Carter, if I'm right, Tom. Went on to the Inters, and you were catching up, but it wasn't fast enough to catch up to those drivers. I'm thinking 5 laps won't be enough to catch up to the drivers.
Yeah, it depends on how wet it gets though. Like if it starts to pour, then probably as we see Spanini just having a little bit of a moment there coming out of the final corner. He has definitely caught up to SR Frame and he's probably going to make the move. No, he thinks better of it. As Warren it dives into the pits as well. I think it's slowly starting to look like intermediate weather to me. Let's go back up to the Alfa Romeo driver as Fragile gets a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. So not a lot of penalties, which I'm very pleased to see.
Yeah.
Very easy to get those track limits, especially on that chicane in Sector 2, at the end of Sector 2. But looks like these drivers have been able to keep it clean as Spanini is looking for a move on the outside with the DRS enabled on those intermediate tires is able to make the move on SR Frame. He is now up to P5. Will be interesting to
Well,
see
let's.
if he catches up to
Yeah.
JD or something like that, with 4 laps to go.
I don't think so because Tom had about 2 minutes. No, 2 laps. I mean, of racing with those inters, which actually worked. And
Hmm.
not that big of a gap, I don't think it would be enough. But it seems like he does have a pacer.
Yeah.
And if you'd noticed, Dobley's out of that 5 seconds of mail.
Oh, yeah. It looks like Mail is looking to keep P2. If he can get into Mad Duo's DRS, I think he will definitely get P2. He's about 2 tenths down. If he has some ERS, I think I would dump it now and try and get back into Matt's DRS for sure. Because it's very
Mm.
unlikely he's going to win the race with 5 laps to go, unless Matt has a big moment or a mistake at this point.
Yes, Dobley's really dropping there. He's already dropped 5 tenths in that first sector.
Yeah,
But
if you're
Frame's kind of sticking with Spoonie here. It's a bit close.
yeah, he's not been able to pull away too. I mean, look at that. I see the rain just pouring down, but DRS is still enabled, and I'm very confused.
Yeah, but to be honest, we haven't had a safety car the whole time yet, have we? We only
Yeah,
had a vertical.
yeah, these lads have been good tonight. I mean, I think it's partially because of the rain too. When it tends to rain, people just tend to drive in their shells and not go for those extravagant moves and stuff. They just want to keep it
Yeah,
clean,
we
maybe.
don't talk about EU3. We don't talk about EU3. Actually, yeah, we don't talk about that.
Okay, I'm not mouth zipped. Uh,
Oh, it's funny he's actually catching up to JD, but I don't think it would be enough. He's already caught up a second.
as Matt is now dropping mail too, so he's been able to. What was it? He was just behind like a second, but now is about 2 seconds behind.
Yeah, and Stubby's going up and down. Seems like his pace is up and down, but it does have more ERS and mail. So maybe he would start using like ERS, try to catch up to him. As does have 5 seconds for that speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah. Let's see if Warren is catching up on those. He pit for those intermediates tires as well, and he's trying to get P9 off of Chaggerty. He who is just 3 seconds ahead of him. Not sure if
Yeah, it
he's
looks like there's
catching.
a gap between everyone.
Yeah, not a lot of people, not a lot of close battles today. It's been one of those races, when yeah, you just get once you go out of the DRS, it's really difficult to catch back in, and the rain hasn't made
Especially
it
with this type
easy.
of weather, yeah.
Yeah. Good for Fragley though. Even after going almost to a puncher territory, he's still running on the full wets, a lap or so down. At least kudos to him for finishing the race.
Well, Stoppy's kind of spun out of a hairpin and he's catching up to the lap car, so maybe he can get that DRS and try to pull away from Stubbly.
Spanini is catching about I think only like a second per lap, which is I don't think it's enough to get P4 for him at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think so. Also, he does that type and penalty, 5 second penalty, so
Hmm.
it would be dropped down to P6 if you
Yeah.
don't drop frame fast enough.
Yeah, it looks like they're. I think both tires are performing equally at the moment. Like, I don't think there's a clear winner of a tire on the grid. It's one of those stages where it's between inters and dries, something like that.
Yeah, and I forgot Fragley's still with us, Tom,
Hmm.
yeah, he's still in here being that, but keeping it strong with us, full wets, going around the track is keeping it.
I think this is probably the closest battle we'll get to see till the end. E Warren looking to make the move on Chaggerty. Chaggerty on, I'm not sure, he's on the mediums, but not sure how old they are. Uh,
9.
yeah, so,
So the Defo would have been worn out by now-ish.
yeah. Not
Again, especially because of the rain, the Defo, the tire would definitely go up.
Yeah, with not working in an optimal temperature, you never know. So I think it should be a pretty easy move for E Warren here. He did catch up to him a lot in the last couple of laps, so he's gonna open the DRS, which is still enabled. Looks like Chaggerty does have a little bit more of a straight line speed here, but goes around the outside, and the Williams driver is able to make a move and goes
Only done,
into
yeah.
P9.
Well, Spunny's dropped frame and catching up to JD, so maybe that could be enough to get P4, but still, remember that time penalty. Still, yeah, I still got that time penalty from speeding the pit lane. So
Yeah,
if I was him, I would focus and try to drop frame out of that 5 seconds that time.
yeah. Not sure if he has enough time though, as we still have about a lap or so to go, and there's a big gap in the entire field. I think again this is the closest battle we have, but Warren is gonna pull away from over a second, so yeah, nothing to report here as well. Spanini is just slowly catching up to JD, but yeah, like you said, not close enough. Stubley is out, crucially out of that 5 seconds from Mail. So if it ends like this, he is still gonna keep P2.
Yeah, looks like somebody was using his ERS, but it looks like he hasn't got much left compared to Mel. Mel's got 20 and somebody's got 40%. So he's definitely used some to try to catch up, but it seems like it hasn't been enough.
I think he'll still be happy. He his closest contender did not race tonight. He'll be able to extend his gap a good chunk of points for Aston Martin. They were ahead in points by a lot as well in the constructors, so they'll be able to extend those points. So overall, I don't think Stubbley will be too displeased with this race.
There's actually a battle going on between Pablo and Kane, but it looks like Kane's slow for that sector 1. And Pablo's already dropped Kane out of the DRS, so that's the battle done.
Yeah, I think he got a little bit of lockup or oversteer there and did make the corner right. Yeah, not really a lot going on at the moment, unfortunately. But Spunini is catching, but again, with just half a lap to go, I don't think he's gonna be able to make a move on JD or make any move that's significant for him in the points playing positions. The only thing he can do is try to drop SR frame. Uh, yeah, that's
I
about
think it
it.
would be enough. He could get his DRS and try to pull him. But look at Stubby trying to gain a mile. Quite close there. The time's dropping up and down. Would it be enough to get P2? To get P1 and P2 for his the team, Aston Martin?
Yeah, he is the time is coming down. It's about 1.5.1. It looks like he will get it down under 5 seconds, but it's been a fantastic race for Aston Martin and especially Matt Duo. After the 5 place grid penalty, he comes home to win the Miami Grand Prix with Mail in P2. Can Stubbly make it? He's close.
Oh,
He just
yes, he
makes
can.
it. P3, P2 for
I'm
the
glad
Aston
to know
Martin
many
driver.
seconds. And looks like
39,000. What a close finish.
JD will grab P4 for the AlphaTauri, brings it home. Then Spunny's next. It seems like he cannot drop frame out of that time. And Frame's jumped up to P5. Next would be Orlando with a. Oh wait,
He's having a
Orlando crashed.
broken wing or
No,
something?
Orlando's run out of fuel. It's been overtaken by his teammate.
Oh. Will Warren be able to get him? No, he's still able to keep P8 with Warren P9. And Chaggerty comes home in P10 with the final points.
And it goes fiver in our Alpine. Been a massive gap between 11th and P12, so we gotta enjoy this moment, guys, of Zenki going to cross the line next.
Zenkeep having a pretty lonely race, I think, with Pablo, both rivals from AM3. Zenki would be happy that he at least beat his AM3 rival to come home in P12, Pablo in P13, with Kane coming home in a lonely P14, and F7 RJs coming in at P15.
Well,
Well,
what a race,
Uh,
should I
it was
say?
it was clean, but it wasn't exciting or anything like that. So it just went on. It one of those races you get in the rain as Chewy gets driver of the day. I'm gonna go through the results here. If you can get the podium finishers into the VC, Rob.
Just need to remember their names. So Matt, Jerome,
Matt
Subley,
Duo,
and
Stubbly, and Mail.
alright.
So looking at the final results here, we have Matt Duo, his first race win here in the AM2 championship. He finishes in P1 with Stubbly, your championship leader, coming home in P2. A maximum haul of points for the Aston Martin duo. Oh, not really because they didn't get the faster lap, but they'll still be pretty happy. Mail finishes in P3 with JD having a pretty lonely race in P4. SR Frame, AM3 driver finishes home in P5. We'll be very happy with that. Spunini finishes in P6, Chewy in P7 with Orlando in P8, E. Warren in P9 with Chaggerty rounding out the points in P10. Fiverr in P11 with Zenki in 12, Pablo in 13 with Kane in 14th position. F7RJs finishes 15 with Fragley, I think down by 2 laps after a puncher, finishes speed 16. And Deathstorm with the only DNF of the race is in P17. Just going through some of the incidents and stuff if needed. Well, not a lot to report, so think
Yeah.
we will.
So look, top five. Seems like we had four different constructions. People in the top five.
Oh, damn, I'm gonna lose points. I bet on 5, but you know, is what it
It was a
is.
great drive for me, Aston Martins.
Yeah,
P1 and a P2.
yeah, it was a really good drive from them as we will go ahead with the interviews portion of the night. Hopefully you're still being heard in the Discord, Rob. Oh, unfortunately not. I will get you in before we start the interviews. Don't worry about it now that I know how to do it. As we wait for our 3 finishers. Uh,
Our winner not joining the interview.
that's all right. we can get a couple of drivers in.
Waiting for no, somebody's already in here. We're waiting for mail.
Hopefully, we can get Mail and who is it, Stubley in. But what did you think of about your first outing in the AM division, Rob?
It's been quite nice, you know.
Yeah, it didn't start
Clean
off well.
racing.
It didn't start off well with the audio issues, but I think we got it back at
Yeah, we got
least.
it sorted, and the race went well. It's nice to commentate. So I hope I can actually join back and commentate again.
Yeah, I think the AM side owes you a big thank you for filling in tonight. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you again on this part of the championships. So as we're still waiting on
Oh,
Mail,
Mel's joined and left.
yeah, he always seems to have some audio
On
problems.
Mel.
So I think if with Matt not joining, and Mail having some audio issues, we'll just go ahead and interview Stubley. But before that, congratulations to Matt for his fantastic victory. First win, I believe, in the championship. So well done, and yeah, a great race for him. Stubley, can you hear us, sir?
I sure can. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Congratulations again on back in the podium. Some good points for the Aston Martin too. Seemed like a tricky race with we didn't know if it was going to be intermediate conditions or if it was dry. Tell us how was it on track?
I mean, yeah, definitely was a bit concerning with the rain. I mean, I did get Mark telling me that it was time to switch for inners, but I think at that point I was kind of like there was about 5 laps left when he told me to come in for inners, and I thought it really isn't. There wasn't really enough time left in the race to actually pit on the inners and then hopefully catch up to the front runners. But luckily, I had Spinini in my. I was able to keep track of how far I was from Spinini, who was on inners, and again, he was only gaining I don't know 5 to 7 tenths a lap on me. So I didn't think it would have. I don't think it was inner weather, and I was just able to keep it on slicks for the entire race.
Oh, yeah, it sort of seemed like intermediate weather to us, but yeah, I think we just wanted to confirm with you how it looked. Tell us about those final laps. You trying to get to Mail, who had that 5-second penalty. It seemed like you were dropping off, but then right at the end you were able to get him. I think it was about 4 thousandths between. Sorry. Uh,
39 milliseconds.
39 milliseconds between you two. So, yeah, you left it quite late there. What was the plan there at the end?
I mean, throughout the race, I thought when he had that 5 second, I was gaining on him. I think I got to about 4 seconds. He was about 4 seconds ahead of me, and I don't know. I just kind of started to lay back. I didn't really want to push because I knew like it was an unbelievable drive by my teammate. Like he was
Hmm.
just gone. He was in a world of his own. But so I sorry. I oh my God, I totally lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
You were just talking
My
about how your teammate, was so much faster, and what
right.
at the end, what was
Yeah,
your
yeah.
game plan basically?
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I holy crap! Oh my god!
Well,
Right at the end, I was starting to catch a mail,
uh-huh.
and I noticed that I was like 6 seconds behind him now, and I was like, oh damn! I really need to start. I need to start pushing more. And right at the last lap, I was like, I got about 50% left in my battery. I thought just to drain it all on the last lap, and luckily, I lost my chance by that last turn. I totally messed up, but I was luckily luckily able to get by that close of a margin, so I was pretty stoked about that.
Yeah, yeah. With that, I think you extend your lead in the championship as well, as Electric Blade wasn't on here today. Speaking about your teammate, he looked like the class of the field tonight, especially on race trim. Did you ever think, did you had a game plan, like were you guys in a call and talking it out, or was it just, you knew from the track that he was faster and you were not going to fight him tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't in a call with him. We didn't have any communication,
Hmm.
but I just knew right off of qualifying how he was about half a second. He had a half a second faster lap than I did, so I
Hmm.
immediately thought that he would have better pace than me. And so I just remember, unfortunately, he got that 5 place grid penalty right at in qualifying, so he started behind me, and when he was catching up, I just let him by because honestly, I would just be hurting both of us by trying to defend that. So yeah, no, unbelievable drive by him.
Yeah, unfortunate. I'm not sure why he got that five place penalty, but he cut through the field so well in the initial laps to catch up to you and Mail there. And yeah, fantastic drive from him. Rob, do you have any questions for Stubley here?
No, I don't think so. Except from saying good drive. You know, it was a close race.
I appreciate it. If you guys are curious, he for his 5 place grid penalty, what happened was he was leaving the pit. He was in the pit exit, and I think it was Shaggerty. For some reason, I don't know why, but he just stopped right at the end of the pit exit, and
Uh,
my teammate just rear-ended him and broke his wing. So it was an unfortunate penalty,
uh,
but I mean,
Well, I
he's
mean, he
he
still
turned
won
it
the
into a
race,
win.
so
Yeah.
he wouldn't be complaining. He wouldn't be thinking too much about that tonight, for sure.
No, exactly. Exactly. And I just keep thinking like if he didn't get that penalty, how much further ahead he would have been. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Anyway, congratulations on the P2. Congratulations for
I
Aston
appreciate it.
Martin for I think except for the fastest lap, you got pretty much the maximum points you could today. So congratulations on that, and looking forward to seeing you on track next week.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys have a good luck next week tomorrow too.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. With
All right.
that,
Take care.
take care. With that, Rob, any final words before we end the stream tonight?
I don't think so, but it was nice to commentate for AM2 to see some clean driving from them.
Yeah, I think it's one of those races where it just got affected by the rain and not many battles, nothing too interesting happening. But we got to the end. Some good driving from from the drivers out on the grid today, and yeah, pretty a mellow race, but enjoyable. So, with that said, I think it's time to end the stream here tonight. I hope you all enjoyed it. Apologies for the initial stream glitches, but I think with that being said, good night and see you next week. Good night and have a good rest of your day.